Hello everyone, how you doing? Um, well, we're all still here and that's a good thing. There's some things I've been looking at. There's a fellow YouTuber that brought something to my attention that I kind of missed that and didn't explain that to everyone, but we'll touch on that briefly as I go through things. This is a recent article on yesterday's earthquake in Japan. Apparently it was what I consider pretty strong. 7.3 magnitude. It triggered a small tsunami, but thank the Lord somehow there was no damages reported and no one's been hurt that I've heard of. It's a recent article. It just came out a few hours ago, but you can see how small that it is. Maybe there'll be some more information come out later on, but you have to remember that Japan sits in an area that's really earthquake prone called the Ring of Fire. So I wanted to bring it to your attention that something is going on in different regions all over the globe, and now we have an example of something that's going on in Japan. There's another little item. This is we already went over this in a prior video about Arkansas, but I didn't go through this list with you. Now this is a list of all the earthquakes in the central U.S. and you can scroll through here and it'll give you the list of the date, the latitude, the longitude, the depth, the magnitude, everything. And you can see the name of the town, see the name of the state, where they're all at. And see this name Greenbrier? Well, that's the one that I spoke about in my prior video where they had the 4.7. And you can just look and you can see Greenbrier, 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 Greenbrier. There's a few other places peppered in there, town in Texas and some places in my state of Oklahoma, New Madrid, Missouri. And this will give you an idea of the amount that they've been having, just one right after the other, after the other, after the other. And maybe it's related to drilling, maybe it's not, or maybe it works hand in hand with things going on inside of our planet that are enhanced by things going on out in space. But this is your document that you can see that they put out that will show you where and when and how. And these places, that goes right in with the New Madrid fault line that we discussed already. It goes in with the preparations FEMA attempts to be making, stockpiling food and supplies for a catastrophe. Excuse me. And then we have to go back into something that maybe I didn't talk well enough on, but other than comets, we've got some other junk floating around out there, and I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. We didn't really discuss asteroids too much, but they're giant chunks of rock, and they make travels too. And we just had one. It wasn't super big or anything, but it's a foreign object and it's a big chunk and it's flying at a high rate of speed and it gets close to your place, and if it hits, something's going to get damaged, someone's going to get hurt. So this is 2011 EY-11, and I have rewound this to the middle of February, and I'm going to let you watch it. Here we are, we're a green dot. Here's our buddy, the asteroid. And we're coming up on the end of February. Actually, we had a near miss apparently on March the 7th. So things got kind of dicey, so to speak. Here's the 4th. You see the dots are blending together. And I've got it set on hourly so you can see there's the 6th. and you're watching this distance here, the Earth distance, and there we are. We're going hourly. And there we are. The dots blend in together, and you can get yourself an idea of how close things were. Spinning around here, and you can see that the dots really run together real close right there. It's almost like we're one object, and so the distance of this asteroid was not very far away, and that's just another flying object that we're trying to keep our eyes on and locate and get a heads up on before anything bad really happens. This is a picture of the fish kill they just recently had in I think it was Redondo Beach, California. I'm a fisherman. I like to bass fish for sport. I always catch and release. But this caught my eye because we've had some strange fish kills where, from what I know here, it just went to the hundreds of fish at a time. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of fish. And everything that I've been able to find out, the only thing I can say that they're saying is there was a storm or something, and the fish got blown into an area that they couldn't swim out of. They just got pushed in the water to a certain area, and it had low oxygen content, and they couldn't breathe good, and they just swam and swam and swam on low oxygen content until finally they suffocated, and they all died and washed up like this, which I'm not a marine biologist, but I would consider this really strange, and I myself question that excuse there as to what happened with these fish. We've already seen fish kill in our region already earlier this year, and we've seen it all over the world. We've seen the birds fall from the sky, etc. And we don't really know whether this stuff is for factual playing into it, but we don't seem to be able to discount that and put it away and decide against it. This is a picture of Hawaii, something that's going on over there. They have their volcano, and well, it's decided to belch out some things, and they've issued an imminent volcano warning over there for the immediate area near the volcano. They don't believe it's going to blow real hard from what they're releasing and cause massive damage, but they are playing it safe around the area because they know it's going to erupt and do something. Now, the smoke coming out of it, that's also a factor in everything. It's not just smoke, it's toxic smoke. So if you were to take a good healthy breath of that, it would put you down for good. So people around that area will probably either get evacuated, or they'll be urged strongly to retreat to an area farther away where there will be more safety. And this, well, we know about the New Zealand earthquake, so we already knew about something going on in New Zealand, and they had one before this latest one, so we know that New Zealand is having some problems of their own. And we go back here to Little Rock, Arkansas, and this is just a picture of the state with the region of where they're mainly concentrated at, and this is the borderline between here, Arkansas, and I'm next door over here to the left in Oklahoma. So the highest one that I've been able to find in my state was 3.9, which is higher than what I had known that we had. I did not know that we had 3.9. Last I knew it was 3.3. So we are getting something here. Now it was Monday night after work, whenever I got home about 3 in the morning. We had been calling for rain, and it had spit rain on and off throughout the day. But there was some thunder like I had never heard before. It was really loud and powerful, and it shook all of my windows, it shook my floor. My whole house felt like it was shaking. And it just sounded like so low down to the ground and powerful that I just freaked me out. I just never heard thunder like that before. It was just all of a sudden a big kaboom, and to describe it would be like it felt like something would sound if something really big and heavy got dropped on it, and then what I felt in the home just felt like the reverberation of something gigantic that got dropped, is what it seemed to me. And there were 3 of them in like a 10-second span. You know, I heard a big kaboom, and then about 2.5 seconds later, kaboom, and then another one about 3.5 seconds later, kaboom. I went out and looked around. I didn't see anything, but you know, that stuff seemed like to me it ought to be way higher in the sky, but it sure sounded and felt like it was really low over our homes in our town that night. There wasn't anything damaged as far as I know. We lost some power throughout the region, but it just seems like that there's so many things going on that we have a hard time keeping up with everything. And this was just a brief update to touch on all the different things that are going on at the same time that make it so hard for people to keep up with them. Actually, you know, it makes it super incredibly hard to be looking into something, and then while you're trying to research and everything, then you have these other events, boom, boom, boom. The most recent would be this one, and we're looking at earthquakes in New Madrid, and that's why I wanted to come on here, is because I wanted to show that we have some asteroids also. And thank you to my fellow YouTuber for reminding me of this. And we have a large earthquake that just happened in Japan. So I'm praying to the Lord to keep us safe and keep everyone safe, and make things as easy as possible on us, and whatever's got to happen. Everything that I'm still hearing is advisable to, if you can possibly, to you know, get yourself a little extra water and a few extra canned goods just to play things safe, and have a few things ready just to play things safe. Hopefully we won't need anything at this point in time, but we know there's going to be a time that we are going to need those things. So vigilance and preparedness, and praying to the Lord, these are all things that we can do, and talking to our friends and explaining to them that we love them, we want to help them, and this is why we're bringing these things to their attention. So we'll see how the rest of the day finishes out for everyone, and we're going to be watching. We're going to be watching a whole lot of things, especially things that can hit our planet. So y'all be safe, and I'll talk to you real soon. I'm looking into some other things right now, and I'm not quite done doing that, and when I am, I'm going to post another video and keep you all updated some more. So y'all be safe, and I'll be praying for everyone. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.